What's cracking, Slick? It's your boy Trentonius Maximus coming at you episode 3, No Cap Recap here on Cornhole Videos. It's where we take a look at the previous week, we say, it is what it is, and then we go home and try not to cry about it later. This one is for the week of May 4th to May 10th, so let's hop right into it and get this over with. Thursday, May 4th, same day as the Daxton Brooks incident, was also Star Wars Day. You know, May the 4th be with you. Also on that day, Southern California got hit with a rare tornado. Apparently they don't get a lot of those. It was an EF0, no injuries, no fatalities, barely any damage. So, okay. You know, we've had 20 this year and they did do damage. I'm sorry that Baja taco truck got busted windows. You can't get your street taco. We got bigger fish to fry out here in the land of Jacks. Anyway, Friday, May 5th. I don't know how to brace you for this one, so we're gonna rewind time back to March 30th of this year because this is when the thing happened. So a guy goes to a hotel in Nashville and checks in for the night, goes to bed. You know, typical hotel business. But at some point during the night, the man staying in the room wakes up, looks down, and sees the hotel owner in his room at the foot of his bed, sucking on his toes. He got a mouthful of them piggies. Well, what the hell? Just look at this man. Look at him. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. So naturally, the guy with his toes getting what sucked and not, he called the police, and it took them until Friday the 5th of May for the police to actually come arrest the guy at his home in Lebanon, Tennessee. Fun fact about Lebanon, Tennessee, that's where the original Evil Dead movie was filmed, and the second half of Death Proof was filmed there as well. So that shows after all this time, Quentin Tarantino's influence still exists in the area. Saturday, May 6th, they coronated King Charles, which isn't important, but what is important is that they actually low-key gave him the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. You know, that thing they blew up that rabbit with in the Holy Grail movie. This is an abnormally cool move from England, based, as we cool kids who got the beats say. This is just like a really, really big move for anybody who has a sense of humor. The Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a god-tier movie, and it really should have this kind of pull in meme culture to show up at the king's coronation, whether anybody noticed it or not. And on Sunday, May 7th, I believe, if that's how weeks work, they finally found out where all that pasta came from in New Jersey. If you hadn't heard about that, starting some point over the past week, people noticed along a little creek bank in New Jersey, there was just an abnormally high amount of pasta there, around 400 pounds. Well, they finally found out what happened. Apparently, some guy passed away, and his son went through to clean out his home, so I guess he could sell it or whatever. And he goes in there and he finds a lot of like old uncooked pasta. People speculate it was probably hoarded up during the pandemic. That makes the most sense. And, you know, he got it out of there, and instead of, you know, if it was in date, maybe donate it, or at the very least, you know, just throw it away, discard of the pasta normally. What this man did is took all of the pasta, opened it, and then dumped it in the creek on the property. And then throughout time, water gets in the pasta get big and fat, and float down river, and now there's suddenly 400 pounds of what seems to be cooked pasta along the riverbank. This must have been a huge debacle in the community. Must have went something like this. Mamma mia, who would have thought this perfectly good pasta on the Greek side? Hey, yo, is it freaking, gabagoo? Hey, yo, Tony, it kind of smells like your mother out here. Hey, what you say about my mother, hey, Tony? Hey, you tapa this pasta, you motherfucker! Monday, May 8th, we got actually a pretty big bit of really unfortunate news from the music community. Pop-punk band Sum 41 announced that they were going to be disbanding after 27 years. It really is just a shame to see such an important and influential band stop making music and breaking up after all this time, but you know, people grow and people change, and sometimes people grow and change in ways that don't mesh with the way other people have grown and changed. And that's okay. They put out some great music, stayed around a long, long time, but sometimes it's just closer than it is too far. Lightening up the mood a little bit, to a degree, Tuesday, May 9th, we've somehow circled back around to Bud Light again on this one. This is kind of wild. A man was arrested in Kansas wearing a Bud Light, costume. Like he was dressed up as a can of beer. Guess what he did? Now go on, guess. Guess. Go on, guess. No, you're not guessing. You gotta guess. DUI. Drunk driving. He was driving drunk while dressed as a beer can. Franklin County, Kansas state troopers or sheriff or something pulled him over and got him out. He did a sobriety test. He failed a sobriety test and he was arrested for driving while intoxicated. So they took him, put him in jail to chill for a bit, and then the judge go and crack him open and sentence him for something. On a real note, don't drink and drive. I know there's a lot of memes about drinking and driving go around. Please don't take those seriously. Those are just memes. Putting yourself at risk is one thing. I don't condone that, but putting yourself at risk is one thing. Putting others at risk with your stupidity, that is irredeemable and disgusting. It turns your grave into a spit magnet, and I highly recommend you don't do that. Why is there so much dad advice on this one? Finally, on May 10th, George Santos, some kind of Republican politician or whatever, got indicted and arraigned for some kind of money embezzlement nonsense. So, do you think he did it? You think he stole that money? Oh, I'm just a good old down-home Southern politician, career politician in Washington, D.C. I support small business. I don't fly no big corporation airport. I take the Lolita Express. Goddamn, boy. Man, fuck this shit. That's all for this third edition of the No Cap Recap. There's a lot of good stories in this one. I'm happy about that. Today, me and Carson and Seth went to the gun store. Carson got a new pistol.
You got some money for me, boy.
Saw an FAL there, and I got real, stout feelings down in my groinal area, up in my loin there. So I learned some new things about myself that I have to explore. But this is day 9,203 or 9,302, some large number of days without me owning an FAL. It's getting kind of old, and I think I should get over that soon. Either way, yeah, that's about it for this run around. So happy whatever you're doing, I guess.
And Saint Attila raised the hand grenade on high, saying, O Lord, bless this thy hand grenade, that with it thou may blow thy enemies to tiny bits in thy mercy. And the Lord did grin, and the people did feast upon lambs and sloths and carp and anchovies and orangutans and breakfast cereals and fruit bats in large chalupas.
When you sitting there in 6th grade minding your own damn business, rigor mortis in your pants, and the teacher calls on you to stand before the class and recite some horse piss,